Want to give your Valentine something other than a box of chocolates? Well, today we are going to be making a Mocha Panna Cotta with Amaretto soaked strawberries. Now, a panna cotta is a traditional Italian custard that is served chilled, and you can use various different flavors, but today we're going to blend our beloved espresso and our chocolate to make a delicious dessert. It tastes as delicious as it sounds, and it only takes a few simple steps and very little time. So you'll be looking like a pro in the kitchen for your Valentine. So for this recipe, you're going to need 1 cup of heavy whipping cream. You're going to need 2 tablespoons of espresso, 1/4 cup quality dark chocolate, a teaspoon of Jello, or you can use agar-agar powder, and about 3 tablespoons of granulated sugar. Now you can bump up the sugar to match the chocolate about at a 1/4 cup if you like the panna cotta to be sweeter. I think with the amaretto in the strawberries it's sweet enough, but you can always change that to your personal taste. You're also going to need a cup of strawberries, some amaretto, and a little bit of fresh squeezed lemon juice just to balance out all those flavors. So once you have all your ingredients, we can get started. To start out, you're just going to need a small saucepan. We're going to turn on our stove and put it on medium to high heat. You're going to add your cup of cream to the saucepan. Add your granulated sugar. And we're going to add 2 tablespoons of fresh espresso. Last but not least, we're going to add our chocolate. I'm using a 1/4 cup of nice dark chocolate. Going to grab your whisk and we're going to stir that all together. So you want to bring this up to a simmer, and you want that to simmer for about 2 to 5 minutes or so, watching and trying to keep stirring it just to make sure everything's incorporating. And then after it's been simmering for about 2 to 5 minutes, you're going to turn off the heat and let it set for about 10 minutes or so. Yeah, so as you start seeing it simmer, you're going to see that the color becomes a lot richer, and you'll see that the chocolate really starts incorporating within the whipping cream. You're seeing a lot of little bubbles, and yeah, once you kind of are seeing that for a good 2 minutes or so, you should be fine. So we're going to turn off the heat there. And while we're letting that sit, we're going to prepare our gelatin. So this is going to help the panna cotta start to set when we put it in the fridge. So all you need to do, this is so simple. At first it almost seems a little intimidating, but it actually is really, really easy. So you just need about 4 tablespoons of water. You're going to pour that into a nice little shallow bowl, and I'm going to take a teaspoon of powdered gelatin, and you're just going to sprinkle that on top. And you're going to sprinkle that. You're going to let that set for 5 minutes. So now we're just going to work our strawberries. I'm just roughly dicing them up. You can kind of break them up into how big of pieces you want. I like them to be a little bit more bite-sized. I like to vary out the different sizes just so there's a little bit more texture. Yeah, putting these together just, I mean, that's the thing. You go from chocolate-covered strawberries, which you can always have every year, but why not add our other love to the mix, coffee? I feel like it's a no-brainer in my book. Once you're done with your strawberries, you're just going to place them in a small container. A little mason jar works perfectly. And we're going to take our 3 tablespoons of amaretto, mix it in, get all of that in there. Mix it in with about 2 teaspoons, oh, it's on that side. We're gonna mix it in with 2 teaspoons of lemon juice and just incorporate that together just a little and pour it in over your strawberries. Where's my lid? Where's the lid? Lid, Patrick, lid. And you're going to take these, shake them up a little bit, just so that they're nice and evenly coated. And then you can just simply let these soak overnight, or at least for 4 hours in your fridge until the panna cotta is all set. Now we've just checked on our gelatin. It's starting to set up a little bit and thicken up. And you want to make sure you do this process separately to this, just so that it can incorporate a little bit easier. The way that we're going to do that is you're just going to take about an 1/8 cup of your chocolate mixture. I'm going to take a little scoop of that and put it directly into our gelatin. We're going to just stir that up just a little bit so that it incorporates with one another. And then we are going to pour this mixture into our original saucepan. So we're gonna pour that into our saucepan. Mix that in all together until it evenly dissolves. So now it's gonna turn that dark chocolate color into just a slightly lighter, as if you just added a little splash of cream to your coffee in the morning. So once that is nice and incorporated and dissolved into it, we are ready to put it into our serving dish. Wow. So you will need a nice little dish to serve this to your loved one. I'm using this nice little china cup I had in my pantry, but you can certainly use a rocks glass. You can use a little mason jar, whatever you have in your kitchen will be perfectly fine. But all you're going to do is you're going to pour in your panna cotta into your dish, reserving a little bit of room for your strawberries, which will be put on top. Once you have your mixture into your serving dish, you're going to pop it in the fridge for at least 4 hours or overnight, and by tomorrow you're going to have a delicious dessert waiting for you. You might have to wait until after dinner for this. It's kind of tempting. Luckily, I already have one already. Here we have our panna cotta fresh out of the fridge. It is nicely set, not spilling out anywhere. And to make this delicious and absolutely perfect, we are going to take our amaretto soaked strawberries and just place them on top. I love strawberries, so I'm gonna deck this out with those. If you want, it's totally optional. You can just drizzle just a little bit of that syrup on top. And just as a little bonus, we just shaved some of the chocolate off of our bar. You can use a peeler for that or just a nice sharp knife and just deck that out on top. And there you have it, a delicious and decadent panna cotta with chocolate, espresso, amaretto strawberries. What more could you ask for? I mean, this is just a treat for myself, but I think your Valentine's gonna like it too. So for this whole recipe, it'll be down in the description below. And if you have any questions or if you've tried this, please leave your thoughts down below in the comments. We'd love to hear how you enjoyed it. I know I'm about to enjoy it myself. So happy Valentine's Day, everyone here from First Line Equipment. Oh. Mmm. Oh my God, this is so good. I have to use a baby spoon because otherwise I'll just devour it in one bite. I'm gonna savor every bite of it.